Hey, core reporters, welcome back to my channel. Real Housewives of Potomac star Candiace Dillard Basset is going viral for all the wrong reasons. She sat down for an interview with Breakfast Media a month ago, just talking about all things in her life, like, her work in the entertainment industry, her pageant days, dating, and of course, eventually having kids with Chris, because that was a major storyline for her on Real Housewives of Potomac. So this interview, which was posted about a month ago, is going viral right now because of a comment that Candace made about a fear of having light-skinned children, which I'm not surprised she's saying this because Candace has been rather ignorant for several years now. In fact, since he actually debuted on the show. And she, to me, has always exhibited a lot of anti-blackness. And I feel like being anti-light-skinned Black people does, of course, also fall under anti-blackness. So let's take a look at this and then let's discuss Candace's history of saying very strange things about race, shall we?
I dated for a stint another white guy.
Okay.
It was a stint though. Before that, I dated mostly Black men. I dated a Puerto Rican guy, but mostly Black men. And I thought I was going to marry a Black man. I really did.
Yeah.
But it just didn't happen like that. And I was open to the idea of it being someone else.
Did anybody in your family have a problem with it? Anybody?
No.
Not even like your old country?
Well, my dad was kind of like, I just always imagined someone that looked like me. And I'm like, your wife.
First of all, imagine your dad being like, I thought you'd marry someone that looked like me. You think I'm going to be boning you? Like, what is that? Weird comment.
Oh my God, no.
And she shaded him because her dad was married to a white woman. So a lot of nerve to be saying that when your wife is white.
But that wasn't like a thing. That was just his thought.
Yeah.
And we moved past it. But
Right.
like, no, one thing I will say, I do have a fear of having light skin children.
Ooh.
I want my kids to be brown.
Yeah.
But they're probably not going to be brown.
Yeah.
And I'm like becoming okay
You
with
might
it.
have a demo.
I will be very happy. I will, but I want my kids to be brown.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're not, it's fine.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
It's not.
That's
My
the only
cousin-
thing.
my
I didn't think
cousin-
about it when I met Chris though.
My cousin is very light like me, and she has a really dark skin.
So there you go. Despite the fact that Candace got married to a white man, she is terrified of the idea of having light-skinned children, which I find to be rather strange. Again, because she's married to a white man, right? And as a Black or brown-skinned woman, when you're married to someone of a lighter, especially a white complexion, there is a chance that your children will be lighter than you, which is perfectly fine, right? I just feel like this explains so much of her hatred towards Giselle, Robin, and Ashley, and some of the very reckless and anti-Black things that she had said to these women. For example, referring to Ashley as a bedwench and stuff, and when she would call out that or claim that Giselle is white looking, which isn't really the case. I feel like if anything, Robin is white looking because she is technically a white woman, right? It's just not a good look, right? Candace already has stepchildren or bonus children, as she likes to call them, by her white husband. And he had these children with a woman who was of Hispanic descent or Latina woman. And these children are light-skinned. They're light-skinned biracial children. So I wonder how they feel seeing that Candace has a fear of light-skinned biracial children when these people are already part of her family. I kind of feel like, for example, if anybody else on the cast of RHOP had said something remotely like this, but in the reverse, for example, if Giselle, while she was married to Pastor Holyhor, or if Robin and Juan were to have another child and they were worried about the child being dark-skinned because Juan has darker skin than Robin, or because Pastor Jamal has darker skin than Giselle, then Candace would be the first one leading the charge to accuse Giselle of colorism, right? So why is it that she's able to throw around these charges of colorism but can't look at her own colorist tendencies as well? Because this honestly just is not it. It feels like Candace has some very, very deep-rooted issues with light-skinned women that she should address before having children, because this is not a good look. Candace is like 35, 36 years old at this point, and there's a lot of work that still needs to be done with her in regards to Blackness and skin color and whatnot. I did do a video. It was a very deep dive video. I think it's about 40 minutes long, and it's super well produced, if I do say so myself, that I will link to below, about anti-Blackness within the Real Housewives of Potomac, how it has always been omnipresent from the very first episode. And we talk about the way that these women speak about Blackness. And it's actually quite alarming. You know, it's really, really sad when you think about it. And I had said in this video, and I have always said, that to me, Candace is the most anti-Black of the bunch. The way that she uses just racist terms to insult her Black co-stars has always been stunning to me. Like, you know, when she called Ashley a bedwench, like that is a racist slur. Like it is a serious thing to say to somebody, especially when you yourself are a Black woman married to a white man, right? And then she would refer to people as ghetto, hood, the help. We saw her refer to Deborah, Miss Sesame Street, as the help in the most recent episode of RHOP again, you know, which I don't love. I really don't like hearing that. And that was addressed in the deep dive that I did on anti-Blackness within RHOP. Did I mention like the ghetto hood rat stuff? She would be calling Ashley a roach. And then when she would insult RHOP viewers, she would claim that we, and like, you know, we are mainly Black women who watch the show, or predominantly, I should say, like she would accuse Black women that she didn't even know on the internet of being broke and stuff and hating on her because we're broke, we're this, we're that. Just a lot of just anti-Black language that I didn't like, and assumptions and stereotypes that I was just never a fan of. And so seeing her speak so ignorantly in this interview is not surprising to me. This is typical classic Candace. Candace has a lot of problems with race. Okay. And we have seen that play out over the years. And this just goes to show that that stuff is still plaguing her currently. And that colorism is more so something that she weaponizes when she wants to play the victim rather than something that she genuinely cares about. And I find that to be rather sad because colorism is something that truly does affect us as a community, and especially us as dark-skinned Black women. So to see somebody play with that in order to victimize herself, it really hurts. It does. And it just sets us back more so than doing anything for us. You know what I mean? And I really don't like that on her part. So I will leave you guys with this. We just saw the video of Candace saying point blank that she's afraid of having light-skinned children. She could be okay with it, you know, eventually, but it's not ideal for her. Meanwhile, her husband is white, and he already has light-skinned children with another woman. How do you guys feel about that? And I do want to know from light-skinned Black women how you guys perceive Candace's repeated comments against other light-skinned Black women. Do you feel like she delegitimizes the Blackness of you guys or anything like that? And other brown or dark-skinned Black women like me, let me know how you guys feel about Candace's comments. I know they don't affect us directly, but I feel like even still, myself as a dark-skinned Black woman, I can still see that the stuff that she says is colorist and it's wrong and it's really, really hurtful to a certain, you know, section or sector of our community. And that's just not cool. It really isn't. I wish she didn't say that. But it's typical Candace, right? She speaks first, thinks later. And that's just not a good trait to have. Girl, you're pushing 40 at this point. It's kind of time to grow up and to think before you speak. But I digress. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section. And don't forget to check out my video, a deep dive into the anti-Blackness of RHOP. It's going to be pinned to the comment section. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.